preseason, or was that our day one commitment? We are doing this, and we are going to make it work, or was it seeing if it works?
You make it sound way more dramatic than it is.
Very dramatic.
You know, we're just trying to get on the same page, put together a game that makes sense for our team. We're not reinventing the game of basketball, not reinventing it for us. These are supposed to be some subtle and hopefully some level of sophisticated improvements, but that's really all it is. I just want our guys comfortable. I want them knowing how we're going to play, what's going to lead to winning, and get to that more consistently.
I don't know if you monitor around the league or people are saying, but usually in preseason, if we're going to play faster, push the pace. Everyone's talking about threes. Everyone, we want to get up a lot of threes. Is that something, I don't know if you were at the coaches meeting, you sense, or it's a collective feeling that games and the rules make it that way? How come we're seeing probably half the coaches in the league at some point this preseason have said, we've got to shoot more threes?
I don't know. We haven't necessarily said that either, but I think everybody is trying to find some advantages in the margins, right now. And the game was called more physically, the last 6 weeks of the season and into the playoffs. So if you can create some opportunities where you're not just playing against really good, physical, well-schooled, half-court defenses, that probably makes some sense, for teams. It is the preseason still, that I think every year everybody wants to try to build those habits of playing with pace. Then it usually works itself out. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers look like, 3 months from now.
To a simple outsider, you see Jimmy prefers to play at a slower pace somewhat, prefers two-point shots. A lot of times teams build games around their stars. It seems, at least in the preseason, you're getting to a game that you're trying to fit your star in.
No,
This game, that's what I wanted to ask.
No, I think this fits Jimmy very well. But that's why I think you're trying to box this conversation into about threes. I haven't talked about, threes. It's about the finer details, and I think, these things make sense for Jimmy. They make sense for Bam. As long as he's getting to his game, and if we can find a way to help him get to his game at the highest level, it's not rocket science. That makes sense for all of us. We have great success, when he's playing at a high level. Same goes for Bam. The other guys, I want them feeling comfortable, working around that orbit where they can be super aggressive and confident.
That added weight for Nico, how much will that help in switching defenses when he has a smaller defender? I mean, also, how much, I know you said
offensively?
Offensively, how much has he improved maybe his post-ups? I know it was a focus of his this offseason as far as just post moves.
No, really about just efficiency. If he's catching it deep, score. You've got to be able to score. You don't have to go to a Hakeem Olajuwon package. It's about being efficient and finding a way to get to a layup out of a versus smaller guy, or utilize his size for passing. He's a great passer, and if you invert it and get to proper actions and spacing, he can find you an open look. That's far down the list for me, though. It's about this effort, multiple efforts, doing the small things on both sides of the floor, really committing to being an energy player, and that takes a mental commitment. Physically, he's in shape. He knows what's expected of him. It's the mental endurance now to apply that effort and energy every single possession. That's a discipline.
Such excitement, and you have to be in the league as many years as you have with opening night.
Super excited. I wish we played tomorrow. I think we all feel that way. You get that extra day. We've done everything. This has been a great training camp preseason. Now we just want to get to Wednesday night. Yes, I still do have the butterflies. I still have those feelings of excitement. I don't want to ever lose that. It's an amazing profession that we're in, and an exciting opportunity we have, upcoming this season.
Well, I know we've asked a lot about threes, but the offense, the free throws are part of that equation too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with Jaime, is he kind of one of the more natural places where you could organically see a free throw increase on the roster?
Yeah.
Just because of style.
Yeah. I think his biggest adjustment is just learning how teams are scheming against him and playing more physical. and so it just requires a little bit more intention. You know, the fundamentals, the footwork, things that he already has. It's fine tuning it now versus teams that have him on the radar. You know, but again, I find these discussions somewhat interesting. We're not running a math class here. We're trying to win basketball games. So you guys are trying to turn this into a math class. I was horrible at math. That's not our intention, you know, right now. But I love that you guys are talking about that quite a bit.
Last year, you had a guy in Hampton that came in and said, "I will do whatever it takes to try to get on a team." You had Josh Christopher, who parked himself here since last spring,
Yeah.
and said, "I'm all in, see what happens." How nice of a story is it for a guy to just cast his future to you guys and then make it turn it into reality?
Yeah, and you know, that's where, you know, these are relationships where we want it to be symbiotic. You know, we want players that have big dreams to commit to us and our process, where it's not necessarily for everybody, and we want to commit to them and make their dreams happen. We want to be dream makers, and he's done everything he's needed to do. And I think, you know, the big takeaway is he's gotten a lot better. Does that guarantee anything moving forward? No, but you want to commit to your craft, commit to your journey as a professional player. He's done that this summer. Now you stack more days, weeks, months, and that growth can still, you know, happen from here. He's young, but that's been fun to see him make those strides.
And you talk about guys that if they don't make it here, you'd like to see it make it somewhere. Was it nice to see Cole and Alon just wind up in Detroit and get to continue their journey?
It sure was. I find, you know, some joy in that, just checking box scores, checking in with guys. It is true. You develop relationships, and when we say we want to be dream makers, that can't just end.
Right.
You know, it's not transactional with us. We want these to be transformational relationships. We want to make it happen. They put a lot of sweat and time in our building, so quite naturally, we're rooting for them. And it was good to see them. They're built for it. You have to have fortitude, you know, in the positions they're in, and you know, to break through some doors that you know, sometimes close on you.
So I know you're ready for the regular season, but it's also a special weekend with Dwayne's statue being unveiled. Any thoughts on that? Have you seen any renderings or anything? Or just kind of like a special weekend for him? Again, solidified here?
And appropriately so, they've kept us in the dark. We found out about it late. We found out about Pat's court late. So we had the natural reactions of like, wow, this is really cool. And it was really genuine. These things, I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I can't wait to see what it looks like. And it's always great to reconnect with Dwayne. We had an amazing summer, Bam and I, spending time with him in France. You know, having those full circle moments. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. Come on, Bam, get in here. Talking about Dwayne. Yeah. Talking about this weekend. Can I pass this on to the team captain? Okay. Thanks, man.
Just on this event for you, just the gold, this is your second Olympic gold medal. How do you think you utilize
Appreciate it.
that experience to help you along with this?
I feel like the Olympics is some of the most uncomfortable basketball you'll ever have to play. I mean, you got guys, respectively, the number one, number two option on their team. So when you first walk in, everybody gonna size each other up. You know what it is. Everybody want to play. Everybody want to have opportunity. But for me, man, it was just growth as a leader. Being able to actually have a in-depth, heated conversation with some of the greats like Steph, Bron, KD, and being able to retain and distribute information.
Sam, I know when you say year 8, it's like, whoa, that's a lot of years. But like, is there still excitement and butterflies? Spose says that you saw butterflies with opening night and just kind of getting
100%. Because, I mean, you want to show everybody that you improved, you got better, and then obviously we're striving to get over this mountaintop. So, you know, every year is always going to give me butterflies. I never get tired of walking in the arena, hearing the sneaker squeak. You know, you hear the music going off. You know, the preparation of the game, and then you hear obviously the starting lineups and them ball. It's still butterflies there.
And then the court being named after Pat, and, you know, 30 years with the organization, just kind of.
It's been 30.
He's not there.
Oh, we know he's not 30.
But just, you know, the impact that he's had on you and your, you know, being part of this organization.
One thing I'll say, I've always respected what Pat between me and him. He's always been honest with me. Even if you don't want to hear it, even if it doesn't come off right, it's honesty. And the thing that I love about our relationship, we can be honest between each other, have a man-to-man conversation if we don't necessarily agree. So for me, man, he deserves that. Obviously, he's earned it through the history that he has and his background. If you don't know who Ben Wallace is, you're too young. Come on, man. Bad boys Pistons, baby. But that's respect. Undrafted guy getting it out the mud and being able to carve his way into the Hall of Fame. You don't hear those type of stories often. To be compared to somebody like that in that light. A lot of people, like I said, don't know who Bill Wallace is or what he did for his organization, but he's one of the top when it comes to that.
Changing gears for a second. Time is going through the whole year 1 to year 2 transition right now, and the way defense is changing against you and everything. I know your role is a little different than his rookie to sophomore year, but what do you remember about the transition between your first 2 years?
I got to play more. I was, coming into the year, I kind of had a feel of I was gonna get more playing time than 12 minutes. It was more in the 20 range, but it's still a lot to learn. But you understand because to me the game slowed down for me year 2. I was able to really pick my spots, understand where I was supposed to be on the court, where I needed to be, and then it kind of grew from there. Spoelstra started putting the ball in my hand more, and then obviously he was getting to the stats of near triple doubles, and then finally getting one. So it's gonna be one of those next steps for him. I think he can make that jump. We've seen it. He wasn't a normal rookie last year, so I'm excited to see him in year 2.
I mean, he's already pretty polished in his game, at least. Where do you see the refinements in his game?
Being a playmaker. We know how he can score. We know he has footwork. It's for him. It's being able to make the right play.
As we stay reminiscing, you start to think back of the moment that you had with Pat when you first got here. Is there anything that stands out from that night, just when you finally made it to Miami?
When I was in the office, he gave me I got the Godfather treatment. Office is dark, one lamp on, over the desk. And it was just me and him, and I was kind of like, all right, bro, it's 98 degrees outside and sunny. Why are we in this dark room? But he was like, man, I like it when it's more intimate, face to face. And I was like, bro, this is really how it is.
Man, when you think about this rookie class and just the work that they're putting in right now, do you have like a certain gauge or expectation where you want them to be at this point through the season starts?
With our rookie class, I just expect them to play hard. That's step one. Go out there and be available and play hard. Being able to make plays, impact winning. We're not really focusing on all the details. I keep it simple. Play hard. We'll figure out the rest.
Thank you.